Tagaytay, officially the City of Tagaytay, is a component city in the province of Cavite, in the Philippines. It is one of the country's most popular tourist destinations because of its outstanding scenery and cooler climate provided by its high altitude. Tagaytay overlooks Taal Lake and Batangas and provides one of the iconic views of the Philippines, the view of Taal Volcano Island in the middle of the lake, viewable from several vantage points in the city. Tagaytay is relatively close to the capital city of Manila, only 55 kilometers away via Aguinaldo Highway, providing an easy escape for the locals from the heat of the big city. Geography. Land area Tagaytay City has a total land area of 66.1 kilometers, which represents about 4.37% of the total area of the province of Cavite. It lies within 120°56' longitude and 14°6' latitude and overlooks Manila Bay to the north, Taal Volcano and Lake to the south and Laguna de Bay to the east. Topography The southern and eastern portions of Tagaytay City are covered by hills and mountains, which is generally forests and open grasslands. The city lies along Tagaytay Ridge, a ridge stretching about 32 kilometers from Mount Batalo in the west to Mount Sungay in the east, with elevations averaging about 610 meters above sea level. Mount Sungay, in Tagaytay, is the highest point of the province of Cavite at 709 meters. The ridge, which overlooks Taal Lake in Batangas province, is the edge of Taal Caldera. The 25 by 30 kilometer wide cavity is partially filled by Taal Lake. Tagaytay's built-up areas including the urban center is situated in the relatively level top of the caldera rim, but beyond the edge are deep ravines that drop steeply to Taal Lake. The portions adjoining the municipalities of Mendez, Indang, Amadeo, Silang and Alfonso are leveled, nearly level areas interspersed with very gently sloping surface. Across the southern edge of the lake on the opposite side of the city is Mount Macolod, the highest point of the Taal Caldera rim. Climate, temperature and precipitation. Tagaytay City has a more moderate version of a tropical monsoon climate characterized by relatively milder temperatures compared to Manila, lower humidity and abundant rainfall. The city has an average temperature of 24 degrees Celsius. With its high elevation, the city could be misty at times and is relatively cooler during the months of December, January and February. Like most areas in the province of Cavite, the city has two pronounced seasons, dry from November to April and wet during the rest of the year. The climate has made the city ideal for sports, picnics, conferences, honeymoons, country homes, and spiritual retreats. Humidity. Tagaytay has an average humidity of 78%, which makes the city cooler than Metro Manila, where relative humidity exceeds 81%. Northeasterly winds prevail in the city from October to April. Winds come from southwest from May to September. The cool Tagaytay breeze has made the city ideal for casual and competitive kite flying. History. Etymology. Legend has it that the word Tagaytay came from Taga, meaning to cut, and Date, which means father. A father and son were said to be on a wild boar hunt when the animal they were chasing turned and attacked them. As the boar charged towards the old man, the son cried Tagaytay. The boy's repeated shout reverberated in the alleys of the ridge. Heard by the residents, hunters and wood-gatherers, the cries became subject of conversation for several days in the countryside. In time, the place where the shouts came from became known as Tagaytay. Tagaytay, however, is Tagalog for ridge. Philippine Revolution. During the Philippine Revolution of 1896, the ridges and forests of Tagaytay became the sanctuary for revolutionaries, including those from nearby provinces. The passage to and from towns via Tagaytay added the word Mananagaytay to the natives' vocabulary. It means to traverse ridges. World War II. On February 3, 1945, the 11th Airborne Division of Lieutenant General Robert L. Eichelberger's 8th Army performed a combat jump of the 511th Parachute Infantry Regiment and associated elements on the ridge, with a drop zone around the Manila Hotel Annex, which had been cleared of Japanese forces by Filipino soldiers of the 4th, 41st, 42nd, 43rd, 45th and 46th Infantry Division of the Philippine Commonwealth Army, 4th Infantry Regiment of the Philippine Constabulary and recognized guerrillas. To commemorate this event, a marker was installed in 1951 at the junction of Silang, Canlubang-Nasugbu roads by the city officials in coordination with the National Historical Institute of the Philippines. Timeline 1749. Taal Volcano destroyed the entire volcano island and the towns of Taal, Old Sala and part of Old Tinoan, 1754. The eruption of Taal Volcano destroyed towns of Sala, Liapa, Tinoan and Taal, 1911. Another eruption devastated Volcano Island, killing 1,334 people with ashes reaching Manila. 1937. Construction ensues on Tagaytay Ridge. Taal Vista Lodge is built, to be run by the Manila Hotel Corporation. Cavite prisoners construct the long highway stretching from Silang up to the ridge. This is the continuation of the Aguinaldo Highway, named after the first President of the Republic of the Philippines, Emilio Aguinaldo. 1938. Tagaytay became a chartered city with the passing and signing of Commonwealth Act No. 338 by President Manuel L. Quezon on January 21, 1938, as authored by Representative Justiniano Montano of Cavite. 1965. The volcano affected the entire volcano island. Ashfall covered an area of 60 square kilometers and killed 200 people. 1979. Former First Lady Imelda Marcos brought a major change to the landscape of the city. Mount Sungay was leveled to about half of its former prominence to accommodate the Palace in the Sky, a mansion originally intended as a guest house for former California Governor Ronald Reagan, who never arrived. The half-finished Palace in the Sky became the People's Park in the Sky after the People Power Revolution, which toppled the government of President Ferdinand Marcos. 1992. Mayor Benjamin Ernie improved the roads that lead to the smaller barangays and erected the fruit arch on the city boundary to welcome visitors and investors. Barangays, Tagaytay is administratively subdivided into 34 barangays. Demographics. As of the 2010 census by the National Statistics Office, Tagaytay has a population of 62,030 people. Christianity is the majority religion of Tagaytay ±os, with Roman Catholicism as the most dominant sect, comprising of 95.36% of the total population. The next prominent sect among residents of Tagaytay are Iglesia ni Cristo and Protestantism. The rest of the population subscribes to other religions. Tagalog is the most dominant language in the city, with 93.58% of the population speaking the language. The next prominent Philippine languages are Bicolano, Ilocano, and Cebuano. Economy. Agriculture. Despite rapid urbanization of Tagaytay, agriculture remains an important part of the city's economy and development. As of 2009, it is recorded that there is about 1,292 hectares of agriculture land, which is about 20% of the city's total land area. The main agricultural goods produced are pineapple, coffee, banana, root crops, other fruits and vegetables, and cut flowers, which are supplied to both local and international markets. Tourism. Tagaytay is considered to be the second summer capital of the Philippines, with the first being Baguio due to its cool climate, thus is a favored destination from those relatively more humid areas of the Philippines. Tagaytay is also a popular destination for tourists seeking a panoramic view of Taal Volcano and the surrounding lake. In 2015, the Department of Tourism cites Tagaytay as the top tourist destination in the Calabarzon region through the years. Among the most visited sites in Tagaytay are the Sky Ranch Amusement Park, Picnic Grove Complex, People's Park in the Sky, Parada Zoo and the One Destination, a restaurant and bar strip. Tagaytay's proximity to Metro Manila is attributed to the tourism in the city. Tagaytay receives seasonal influx of tourists during the Christmas season. Transportation. Roads. Tagaytay is linked by national highways to the Metro Manila area and to the provinces of Batangas and Laguna. It is also connected by secondary roads to the adjoining municipalities of Amadeo, Mendez, Indang, Silang and Alfonso in Cavite towards the northwest, and to the cities of Calamba and Santa Rosa in Laguna in the northeast and to the town of Taal Lake in Batangas in the south. Tagaytay is roughly about 2 hours drive from Manila via the South Luzon Expressway depending on the traffic, exiting at Santa Rosa then via Santa Rosa-Tagaytay Road. It can also be reached via the Coastal Road Expressway and then taking Aguinaldo Highway heading south towards Tagaytay. There are daily public buses that ply the route to Tagaytay from Manila. Several bus companies have their terminals in Cubao, EDSA, Pasay, and at Baclaran, beside Coastal Mall Integrated Provincial Bus Terminal below LRT, Manila. Jeepneys that ply from Cavite to Nasugbu, Batangas also pass by Tagaytay via the Aguinaldo Highway. From Batangas, the best way to reach Tagaytay is to head to Taal Lake, Batangas, then go up to Tagaytay via the 12-kilometer Tagaytay-Taal Lake Road, which ends at the Tagaytay City Circle. From Laguna, one may head to Santa Rosa, Laguna and take the Santa Rosa-Tagaytay Road. In 2011, cable car and funicular rides are already available to transport guests to different parts of the Tagaytay Highlands. Gallery. Sister cities. References. External links, official website, City of Tagaytay.